What's good? Welcome to the First String Podcast with your boy Toothpick. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, First String Podcast. Hit the notification button so that you can get alerts for new content. Drop a like. Follow me on Twitter at Toothpick74. Well, it's Saturday. We had a couple of days to digest Thursday night victory versus the New York Giants at FedEx Field. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things happened. Taylor Heineke came out and showed out. Terry McLaurin was targeted over 10 times, which we knew needed to happen because you have a number one wide receiver. You got to go to him. Unlike in our first game, week 1 versus the Los Angeles Chargers, we targeted our weapons. Logan Thomas is targeted 8 times. Our running back Gibson carried the rock, did great things, didn't lose a fumble. Our defense, still terrible. Our linebackers, still terrible. Our secondary, still terrible. We got a lot of things to fix on that side of the ball. Let's talk about Sugarfoot Hopkins, right? Okay, so my guy, Sugarfoot, at the end of the game, I mean, he's going along perfect. A little bit of pressure, and we all know what happens, right? My guy misses the field goal. Lucky for him, we have an offsides on the New York Giants on Dexter Lawrence. Many people say it wasn't a false start, or I'm sorry, but an offsides or whatever. But the football gods favored the Washington football team on this day, on this night, and we come away with the W because he gets a second chance. Sugarfoot Hopkins for the win. Let's go back to the beginning of this game. Washington got the ball first. What do you know? A big 3 and out. Big boy diehard fan Walker. What's up, man? Thanks for dropping by the channel. A 3 and out. We punt the ball to the New York Giants. The New York Giants immediately go down the field and put up points. It looked like the same thing. Yes, it was a short week of practice. It was a very short week. They had pretty much walkthroughs, meetings to get the game plan implemented and things like that. But this is what happens on Thursday nights. You have a little bit of time to adjust. And for some unknown reason, the adjustment was not made on that first drive. Daniel Jones looks like a world beater when he plays against Washington. Let's talk about the number of first downs, okay? New York had 21 to Washington's 25. This was a true back and forth game. I believe New York only punted the ball once. Saquon Barkley came out and he didn't play a lot the week before. It's a division game. You know they're gonna give Saquon his touches. He came out. He looked much better. It looks to me as if Saquon is back, and as the season goes on, Saquon is going to do nothing but get bigger, better, and stronger. So towards the end of the year, we played him in week 18. This week or this year, we play him in the final game. A lot will be on the line. Let's see if Saquon Barkley holds up to meet us in that final week of the regular season. Passing yards, let's get there. Total passing yards, the New York Giants, 391 total passing yards. The Washington football team, 407 total passing yards. Daniel Jones looks like a world beater when he plays us. We're not going to talk. We are going to talk about the long touchdown run that he had that got called back. The read option, Daniel Jones keeps the ball versus us. We failed to play that. We failed to make the correct adjustments against read option plays with Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones. Yes, Saquon is a world beater. We got to play it honestly, but you cannot just go crash down to the running back when you know that Daniel Jones has speed. He does not have sneaky speed. The guy has speed to burn, and he gets into our secondary, and they can't tackle him. Don't know why. 4 days. All right, I see you 4 days prep for a backup. Hey, listen. Taylor Heineke right now is all we have. He's all we have. We don't have another quarterback to go to. So what are you going to do? He's the man, right? He played the final 3 quarters versus the Chargers, and then hey, he's the guy. He's shown that he could come in and play in tight spots for us. He knows the system, so it's not a lot that you have to prep him for. He's been in the system since Minnesota, then he had it in Carolina, and hey, and he did his thing. That's a good defense that the Giants have, and he picked them apart. To me, it looked as if the Giants did not want him to run, to use his feet, and he picked them apart with his arm, and that's a good thing for us because now as teams get more film on Taylor, they know, hey, this guy can beat you with his legs, but he also is surgical and he can pick you apart with his arm. Also, the best thing that they did when Washington got going was start targeting Terry McLaurin. Let's talk about that real fast. My guy was targeted 14 times, pulled in 11 for 100 and Terry McLaurin. My guy had 11 receptions for 107 yards and 1 touchdown. Thank God we used our weapons for sure. Thank God we got the win. What's happening, D-Morals? New York fans were super confident against us, but I mean, we pulled it out. You know, all sides or not, a win is a win, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it every time because our team is Ron Rivera's team. Ron Rivera's teams usually get better during the season, and if this is what we have to look forward to at the beginning of the year, imagine the progression that we're going to make as we get deeper and deeper into the season. Yes, we have the same starting 4 on our defensive line, but for some reason right now, they're not playing the way that we saw them in the season. The defensive line, it looks like to me like they're out there freelancing a little bit, giving up gaps, giving up on Saquon Barkley big run. Chase Young was stunting to the inside, and I've been one that says if we're just going to do our 4-man rush, we got to start doing some twists, some stunts, some slants with the defensive line. And it looks like Chase Young voided a spot, and Saquon Barkley hit that hole and ran right up into the secondary. And, you know, there we go. It looks like we may have to just win shootouts because our defense can't stop anything. I'm sure. I see your comment right there. It says, I'm sure we will get a defense going. And with our offense, we can't be scary. We can't be scary good. I totally believe that. But, you know, we have to do our part. It's crazy, but Bill Belichick said it best, right? You got to trust your brother on the field to do his part, right? You said you think Ron Rivera's playing chicken with our team, with our team opponents. I don't know, man. It's a lot that could be said there, but no, these guys, the pressure that's on coaches, period. It was a lot of talk before this game that one of our coordinators could be fired, right? Our offensive coordinator had a poor game plan in week 1 when you had 2 weeks to prepare for for the Los Angeles Chargers. And you came out and you laid a dud. Our defensive coordinator, you had 2 weeks to prepare. It's not like we didn't know who Mike Williams was, Keenan Allen, Jalen Guyton, Eckler, and not even to mention the quarterback Justin Herbert. We knew who these guys were, and we let them do what they wanted. So the coordinator's jobs are on the line. The head coach, there's no way we start 0-2, go to Buffalo, and possibly come back 0-3. We could possibly go up there and beat Buffalo. Buffalo didn't set the world on fire or did not serve notice in week 1 with their loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Teams know we got edge rushers. Our edge rushers are dangerous. They chip them a ton. This is true. We all see it. They chip them a ton. But what we needed was our interior defensive line to step up, which Jonathan Allen did. My guy had 2 sacks. And since he signed that contract, it's probably the best performance that he's had. And he actually just signed that contract this offseason, right a little bit before training camp. So he only had 1 game. So he disappeared versus the Los Angeles Chargers and came back. And this one right here, and it made notice that he's in the middle, patrolling that middle. And if you step up into the pocket, he's there. Now we need his partner, Deron Payne, to do his best. because we got Josh Allen coming, right? That guy can run too. So let's get back to this game a little bit. JA has been a beast. He's earning that money. He is earning that money. Like I said, this was the first game that Jonathan Allen was truly the man in the middle since I can remember. It's all been talk about Daron Payne, except for his rookie year, and then he got hurt after the Los Angeles Raiders game. Well, now they're the Vegas Raiders, but everybody remembers. And I've been on Corey's podcast. I've been on my podcast saying that our corners need to come up into a bump and run position to give the guys in the middle a chance to get a push and give the guys on the edge a chance to get around the corner to collapse the pocket on this guy. What you say? Check it out too. Pick our defensive line show only 3 sacks. Yeah, you crazy boy. So hold on, let me get back into some things real fast. All right. This is what I'm trying to get at right here. We used our weapons this time. We actually did. We used Gibson, 13 carries, 69 yards. JD McKissick, 4 carries, 10 yards and a touch. Taylor Heineke had 4 for 6, tripped over his feet. He could have had a big run. I'm glad he held onto the ball when he went down. Terry McLaurin targeted 11 receptions. JD McKissick 5 receptions with a huge run in that 2-play touchdown series coming out. Was it early in the fourth quarter, late in the third? Early in the fourth quarter. Early in the fourth quarter, I was. Logan Thomas, 5 catches for 45 yards, targeted 8 times. I said him and Terry McLaurin both needed to be targeted. They needed to be targeted 10 times. They needed double-figure targets, right? Let's see. Humphreys, 7 receptions, 44 yards. Moved the chain guy. De'Ami Brown had 3 for 34, but he was targeted 6 times. So listen, you just said you want De'Ami Brown to be targeted more and get more involved. The rookie has to catch the ball, right? If you're targeted 6 times, you come down with it, you're a 50-50 guy. And that's what happens. That's what happened with him. Now, here's some efficiency for you. Ricky Seals-Jones targeted 1 time, 1 catch, 1 touch, right? 1 touch. So that's efficiency. So when you have your opportunities, you have to come down with that ball. Taylor is going to the open guy. He's looking for Terry. He's going through his reads. He's doing his job back there. I really enjoyed watching Taylor play. He doesn't panic in the pocket. He sort of brings a calm to our storm on offense. So I'm going to go the other way right now. I'm going to give you some of Daniel Jones' stats, right? Seals did have, my God, Seals, big pickup, big dude. True. My guy, Ricky Seals-Jones, I was glad we kept him as far as the tight ends go because he does have the experience, and John Bates, I don't believe, is ready yet. And neither is Sammy Reyes. So to have a good number 2 tight end when we go to our 2 tight end packages, which is something that some of the guys I've been speaking to have said is let's go more to a 2 tight end package with Terry and De'Ami Brown on the field and run the ball and flex Logan, do what we got to do instead of putting Humphreys in the game. I'm not sure about that. Let me get to these Daniel Jones stats real fast, all right? Daniel Jones was 22 for 32. 22 for 32. 10 balls were not completed versus our secondary. Let me say that one more time. 10 passes were not completed versus our secondary. There are gaps all over the place in our secondary, right? On the touchdown pass that was dropped late in the fourth quarter, that dagger, right? 15 yards behind our prize free agent this year, William Jackson III. 15 yards. Now, he may have been looking for safety help. I don't know. I'm not going to say that I've been in the film. I was in the huddle. I knew what the defense was called. I'm not going to say that. But what I am going to say is this. As a corner, there is no way that you let a guy get behind you without knowing that you got help. If you and it's no way that he was supposed to be in the flats because he was too far down the field to be in the flats. Come on. If that guy catches that pass, it is done. Curtains, different outcome, different ball game. All right. It didn't happen. So just like you said, it does not matter. Where was Cam Curl? Who knows where Cam Curl was? Because I can tell you where he wasn't. He wasn't in the middle of the field playing deep, the deepest of the deep. When I play football and I play safety, no one gets behind you as a safety. I don't care what the coverage is. No one gets behind you as a safety. Facts. That's what that is. Facts. And people constantly get behind our safeties, right? I got you, just win, baby, right? So let's talk about something I really want to talk about real fast, which is this. Late in the fourth quarter, Taylor Heinicke throws an interception. Like literally, we are supposed to be in our 4-minute offense, run the ball, pick up first downs, make the Giants use their timeouts. Taylor throws the curl to Terry McLaurin. The corner steps in front of it, takes it, right? What I want to talk about is when that young man came off the field. When he came off the field, he slammed his helmet. He was pissed. Ron said he looked in his eyes and he saw the look in Taylor's eyes. Like, if we get the ball back to this guy, he's going to go win this game for us. Jack Del Rio grabbed his defense, right? Told him to bow up. Get the ball back to Taylor, right? Get the ball back to Taylor is what he said to the defense. The defense came out, a couple of flags and things like that towards the end of this game, and they did their thing. They held him to a field goal. But most importantly, the ball was back in the hands of Taylor Heinicke. Don't go there. Don't go there. He controlled the game. The young man is a winner. That's what he does. He's a baller. You keep hearing his teammates say he's a baller, but not like Brady. Not like Brady. No. Listen, my guy came out. He was like, give me the ball back. Let me do my thing. And that is the type of quarterback that we want. One of my favorite movies is The Replacements, right? And in that movie, Jimmy Fallon, the coach, says, winners want the ball, right? Towards the end of the game, Shane Falco says, hey, what do you want to do? And Falco says, give me the ball. Taylor Heinicke had that look in his eyes. Give me the ball. My defense held him. We're going to go down here and we're going to win. And he did. And he did it. But he put the game in the hands of our kicker. Oh, Dustin Sugarfoots Hopkins, right? My guy, when we need him to come through, he doesn't come through for us. As long as the pressure's not on him, he's okay. But my point is, Taylor Heinicke is a winner. He had that look in his eye. He had that fire in his eye. His teammates, the coaches seem to believe in him. When you have the defense coordinator telling his guys, just stop these dudes, hold them, and we can get the ball back to this guy. It goes to tell you that the team really believes in Taylor Heinicke. These guys rally around Taylor Heinicke. It's very impressive. I want to see how far we can go with Taylor Heinicke. If we wanted to see Dwayne Haskins have a full season, and he was very self-destructive, not studying his plays, not learning the offense, things like that. Let's see what we can do with a guy like Taylor Heinicke. The big question with him hasn't been, can he play? The question for him has been, can he stay healthy? He comes out of this game healthy. He came out of the Los Angeles Chargers game healthy. Now he gets 10 days to prepare for a Buffalo defense that's really good. He's going to have time to find their weaknesses. He's actually going to have time on Sunday to sit back and watch the next defense that he's going to play against, right? He's not going to have the all 22, not just yet. He'll have it soon enough. And we get to see what he can do on 10 days versus a really good defense. Yes, we're going up to Buffalo. Yes, we're going to play a team that was in the AFC Championship last year and did very well versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But we got to play the game. Early prediction 23-21. Make sure you come back and remind me of your prediction. I'm gonna start keeping predictions when I do my look ahead to my Buffalo video. I appreciate it, big boy. Man, you always here. I appreciate you for real. But yeah, I like how Taylor looked. I like the fact that we targeted Terry McLaurin uh, 14 times, double digits. That's what you have to do. Um, yeah, we can't handle Buffalo. That's what you have to do when you have a number one receiver like we do. Also, you have to keep Terry happy. Now, he is not the type of wide receiver that will. And I asked Doc this in my podcast, so you guys go check that out. I asked him. I said, "What wide receiver is in the huddle saying, 'Give me the ball'?" Like one of my favorite guys, like Gary Clark, right? And he said that that's not the temperament that Terry has. He said Terry is more like Art Monk. If you come to him, he gonna catch the ball. The fact that we're going to Terry is what we really care about. Washington is not scared of Buffalo. I'm telling you, we have weapons. We can play with anybody in the league. The question is, do we have the defense to stop the other quarterbacks? This schedule right here that we have this year, this first place schedule that we have with the quarterbacks that we have, now it just so happens that Kansas City has a dominant quarterback, but nobody ain't scared. It happens that Green Bay has had 20 years of great quarterbacks between Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, right? Nobody ain't scared, right? Drew Brees is not playing for New Orleans. Jameis Winston will probably come back down to earth this year. If he doesn't, nobody ain't scared. After that, we go play Matt Ryan with the Atlanta Falcons. Again, nobody's scared. So just due to the fact that we have these quarterbacks that we have to play, so what? They got to play us too. And it's not like, oh, we have a better quarterback. We just going to roll out and see what we can do and whatever. We're going to go get them. We're going to give them hell. Right? I'm with you. I'm with you. Let's see. I say keep Jameis in the front starting, start to finish. Linebackers, let's get there. All right. I'm gonna come back to your Cam Sims in a little bit, right? Let's go to our linebackers. Bostic and Holcomb, terrible. I don't know what it is, why they can't get Jamin in right now. Maybe he can't call the plays. Maybe Holcomb can't call the plays, and that's why they can't get Jamin Davison in right now. What I do know is this, is Jeff Bostic is a liability in coverage. Jeff Bostic can get everybody in position, but is never in the right position for himself. And if you can't be in the right position, then why are you calling the plays? Let a safety call that play. Let the safeties call it. But the thing is, Landon's off the field, Cam's off the field. You got to have somebody that's on the field all the time. And they rotate the safeties. So who's calling the plays? Who cares? But put some linebackers on the field that can play. Some linebackers that know what got to hit in the run scheme. They know what's got to fill in the run scheme. They know where to be in pass coverage. They know who they have in pass coverage. It's terrible when you can look like you and I, we all sit on our couch watching a game and you can call what the offense is doing. Perfect example is when the Giants went empty in the first quarter and the middle of the field was wide open. Everybody and their mama knew it was a quarterback draw for Daniel Jones. It's terrible to see, but I mean, if we could see it from our TVs and Jack is on the sideline and you got coaches in the box upstairs, what's going on? Why can't the defense adjust and get it right? Our linebackers are terrible. I think we should go to more of a 3 safety look, and this is getting back to your Cam Sims thing here. If we go to a more of a 3 safety look, we could keep 2 linebackers on the field. You got Shazer Everett as your 4th. And everybody knows Shays is an enforcer back there. When that guy's back there, he's going to make a wide receiver feel some pain. So I'm cool with Shays being our 4th safety. But you get Holcomb off the field who can't cover. Landon doesn't want to play linebacker. Okay, whatever. I've seen teams play. What's up, Doug? Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. I've seen teams play 3 safeties, right? Kansas City did it with Kendall Fuller. Right. And I think I pointed it out before. They took Kendall from playing corner and moved him over to safety in the Super Bowl versus the San Francisco 49ers. That guy plays safety 40% of the time. So we all know Kendall can do it also. If you can bring out our 4th cornerback and then move Kendall to a safety position, put Landon down in the box, keep Cam Curl back deep too. Or if you don't feel comfortable that way, you can keep Kendall Fuller back deep. The problem is, and I thought about this as the game went on, is we don't play press coverage because I do not believe that our corners can run with any wide receivers in the league. These dudes know where they're going. They have the advantage on a cornerback, right? You put me in press coverage, and if I beat that press coverage off the line of scrimmage, and now I'm threatening you deep, and I have a comeback, that's why you see these guys catching passes, and it looks like they're wide open because our corners are afraid to get beat over the top, and they get beat over the top because they cannot keep up with these wide receivers in the NFL. You saw Mike Williams go deep. You saw Jalen Guyton go deep. You saw Kenny Golladay go deep. It's just the fact that these guys drop passes, is why we're not getting beat deep constantly. We got Diggs coming up this weekend, right? We got Diggs coming up. So we know that guy can go deep. So it's going to be interesting to see who's on him. Is William Jackson III going to have a bounce back game? Is he going to manhandle this guy? Is he going to manhandle Diggs? He's going to travel with him. I'm very interested to see how our secondary adjusts. We got 10 days for our coaches to get something right. Our four-man pressures are not getting home. So you're going to either start throwing linebackers, the blitz with Kendall Fuller coming off the corner. Chase Young almost tripped him up. It's a good thing Kendall kept his feet and got home, right? So you're going to have to start doing more things like that. You're going to have to start being in press coverage, dropping back, and maybe pull a lineman out of there. You got to start doing some different things because the four-man pressure is not getting home, and the secondary they're terrifying, and people are picking on our linebackers right now because they are the worst in the league. I'm telling you right now, I believe that some linebackers on practice squad we could get a linebacker off of somebody's practice squad and start them this week. They are the weakest link. The linebackers are the weakest link. So, that's just how I feel about the situation. And if I'm wrong, I know you guys will tell me I'm wrong. And nobody's saying I'm wrong yet. So I'm good there. Right. Let's look at some of these tackles. And the thing that's standing out to me, right, as far as Washington's defense goes, is no takeaways, man. We have no takeaways. The Giants only had to punt once the whole game. No fumbles, no punching the ball out, no ripping at the ball. It's like, keep the ball, do what you want, come down the field, score, right? Our offense is definitely going to have to play shootout games versus other teams this whole year. So y'all might as well buckle up for a wild ride all season. At the end of the game, I told my wife, I said, these guys are not good for my health, but I love them and I'm not going nowhere. She goes, you need to find a new team. I'm not finding nobody new. I'm going to stick with this team that I've loved since the age of 4, right? Our offense will line up and we'll get the job done. For Gibson, they got to give no, we can't wear him out. We already know he has a banged up shoulder. You saying give him the ball 25 times. We're not going to give him the ball 25 times. He already has a banged up shoulder. I say bring in Patterson a little bit, but I think we are a run first team right now. Work your play action, and then we start working on Terry once we get the box. Once we get the box packed, we get 8 men in the box or something like that. Catch them bringing their safeties down. Even in the fact that if we come out and pass on first down going to Terry, we're still going to be good. You got to target Terry over 10 times. We target him 14 times. I've said that a bunch of times now, right? Got to get back to the fundamentals on defense. Absolutely correct. We do have to get back to the fundamentals. You have to trust your teammates in doing their job, knowing that if I'm supposed to hit this B gap, that I'm going to hit this B gap and not worry about the C gap because I know my partner's over there and he's going to do what he's supposed to do. One thing I did like that I saw out of the defense was this. I saw this double A gap blitz look. It was a double A gap blitz look where we were in our four down front and our 2 defensive tackles were both in like the B gap. Our linebacker stepped up into the A gaps. What I saw was the corners playing press coverage on the outside. So the middle of the field was void from the looks of it, right? The middle of the field was void. And then you have a safety just called a robber. The safety comes down into the middle of the field and the safety beeline down on their tight end. It was an incomplete pass. I believe it was a pass defense. And I think that was Cam Curl that came down like that when we went to this double A gap blitz. The thing is, when you do that, quarterbacks know I got to get this ball out of my hands really fast. And Cam Curl held his water, did his job. And that's why everybody want to see more of Cam Curl, because they see he can cover, he can get to his landmarks, he can get to his spots, not missing them. And it's frustrating for us as fans to sit on the side, man. So listen, Doug, man, I'm gonna have to get with you. Hit me up on Twitter so we can do something together. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. You know how I do. I get in, I get out. I call it an OG classic. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Thanks for stopping by, everybody.